the Concept2Creation process. The first step in the process is preparation. This is predominantly based around training and development. After the C2C coordinator and a group of teachers are identified, there is an initial meeting to ascertain training and development needs. A core component is project-based learning, since this is the key driving factor in the C2C program. The coordinator's role is to fund, schedule and implement the identified training and development needs. This can be a complex process as it necessarily involves administrative, logistic and succession decisions. Therefore, it will require the engagement of a wide range of personnel coming from both school and industry. Off-site venues for the delivery of training and development ought to be considered. Also, video conferencing is emerging as a cost and time-effective means of engaging experts in the process.
I had to go out with the person who would build the product, find every material which would need, work out how much it costs compared to how much money we're allowed to spend, and basically keep track of, if we're going to go over the limit, how much money we have.
project review and evaluation. At the end of each semester of Concept2Creation, the group of teachers involved participate in a roundtable discussion of the rollout of the program. This provides ideas for any additions and/or changes that need to be made for the next semester. The C2C coordinator initiates and leads this discussion. The coordinator is then responsible for collating the data and acting on the recommendations in preparation for the next semester. In some cases, they will need to ensure that these are passed on to the next coordinator. They will also need to share these findings at formal meetings with leadership teams. The progression to C2C+.
Another table from our left who will do a presentation for the UAV.
Students who have participated in C2C in Year 10 then tend to opt for maths and sciences at Year 11. That will provide them with an opportunity to develop their experiences further. There are three options in the current suite of C2C Plus projects. These are the Suburban Wetlands Acquisition and Telemetry Project, commonly referred to as SWAT, the Vehicle Tracking System Project, or VTS, and the Uninhabited Air Vehicle Challenge, or UAV. All three of these projects can link in with electrotechnology, maths and physics programs. Students can elect to become involved in one or more of these projects in relation to their subject choice. SWAT and UAV are popular choices because of their obvious connections with electrotechnology and physics. An emerging influence is the opportunity at the end of Year 12 to apply for a BAE Systems Scholarship. This is offered to students who can demonstrate a connection between what they have engaged in and their future prospects.
How to connect wires
and soldering.
How to put radio to speakers.
Wiring up a guitar is a lot harder than it looks.
I had more fun doing science in C2C and mixing chemicals and stuff.
You got to work efficiently and...
We've learnt how to work together as a team.
Like if you've got a project done, do it straight away. Don't waste time at the start.
My job was a human relations manager. I was the guy going around talking to people and making sure people weren't angry with us and stuff like that. Sort of helped me realise that in the future I wanted to become a psychologist.
Okay, with the Concept2Creation project, we found that certain students really benefited by having a problem-solving sort of situation where they had to go through a process, set, minor goals each week. An example that comes to mind would be the students that were in the solar-powered group. They had to build a boat or modify a boat so that it could run on solar power. And they actually contacted a person from UniSA that had built solar-powered cars, and they came out, explained to them, how to measure current, how to measure voltage, what power was. And what we found is that over time they became much more independent. They just went off and did their own thing, and we were just sitting back and just managing, wherever they were going. Yeah, I thought from my point of view that it was promoted an independent sort of learning, and it was more authentic, and you could see the actual process that the students went through. So yeah, it's good.
The C2C project definitely organises things in team. The students are accountable. They have a product which they have to present at the end of their allotted time, and in a sense that's about as authentic a learning as you could get, because there is a public recognition of the product, there's a public appraisal of the product, and I suppose there's a pride that the students have in that product as a result of the public reaction to it. Learning to Learn has for a long time looked at how to, in schools, address that aspect of children's learning as one of the ways to learn. And by that aspect I mean by the authentic style of learning. And you'll find that C2C, whether by accident or by design, fits into that very well indeed. And I think at Valley View we have in fact made a point of moving towards the authentic aspects of that learning, and to develop, I suppose, an ethos amongst the children that they are responsible for what they do, and that because they are producing something, they develop a pride in it, and hopefully a confidence in their own abilities that arises from that.
It's a solar-powered car with lights. Brainstorming. A lot of soldering.
Yeah. Electronics.
Electronics, yeah.
Well, some of us broke a few things. Fixed them.
Such as?
Lights. Batteries.
Car parts.
Yeah.
We're making custom guitars, so pretty much anything from just a random custom paint job to custom shapes.
Like, well, Matt just thought, okay, we'll just make some guitars, paint them up like they did last year and that, but we're actually making some from scrap or like other bits of other guitars, and I've got an old guitar that I'm just repainting and remaking most of the model of it.
Restoring it.
Yeah.
We have to paint the guitars, sand them, smooth them off, get parts, feed them. In Matt's case, make a guitar stand.
Yeah, get the strings.
Strings, cables.
Replace broken bits.
Well, I guess you need a lot of timber, and so pretty much all the electronics and all that. So, well, we didn't really have too many problems. My designers had a few problems, but they weren't major.
Losing stuff, and then we have to remake them, and breaking stuff.
He had this hole in his guitar, and then somebody dropped it or knocked it.
We were walking down the street one day and we saw letterboxes. There you go. It lights up at night, you have solar panels on the top, and
in course, the numbers are the lights above them shine off them, so of course we can see the numbers all through during the night. There's just a few more jobs left. It's just basically finishing it off and putting the final touches together.
And cleaning the letterbox.
Yeah.
Matt here absolutely ruined our project by making all the wires fall off.
Yeah.
We had to redo all the soldering,
yes,
and then
we kind of all fell off.
We couldn't get it back together, so
yes,
that was a problem.